And for the first half an hour, we're going to talk to Republican automatic candidate Robert Cassidy. Robert, how you doing?
I'm good. How are you?
You like Robert or Bob?
Bob.
Bob, how you doing?
I'm good.
Welcome to the program. What we do here is we talk to each alderman candidate for half an hour. These interviews you can go back and watch again at WFMD.com. Click the Blaine Young Show or go to BlaineYoung.com. We're going to be talking to a lot of the candidates next week, as the election day is Tuesday, September 15. And Bob, you're running for Republican, for alderman on the Republican side. So why are you running for alderman? Or let's start out. Tell me a little bit about yourself, whether it's professional, personal, or both.
I have lived in Frederick for 13 years now. They're going to carry me out of here. I love it here. I'm not going anywhere. It's my new adopted hometown. I built houses for lots and lots of years as a contractor. I've been a building inspector, worked for production home builders. The bottom fell out of that. Now I'm adjusting claims for an insurance company.
Okay.
But I love Frederick. I mean, it's a wonderful place to live. I live downtown.
You live downtown?
Yeah.
All right. What made you run for alderman?
I think there's a few things I can make better.
Okay. Such as?
I think the HPC could be made a little better. I had quite a battle with them for actually 3 years.
Oh, you had a personal battle?
Yeah.
Was it with your residential property?
Yes.
Okay.
Yes. I wanted to put an addition on, and it got kind of convoluted quite quickly. So.
Well, the HPC has been a hot topic in this election cycle. Obviously, you probably are very aware of what's going on with Volt Restaurant.
Mm-hmm.
And tell us a little bit about your insights of what you think the city should do with the HPC and or how they should address the issues with the HPC.
Well, I think all the commission members should live in the historic district.
I agree with you there.
If they're going to run ripshod over us, they should be under the same rulings. And I think they should not be appointed but more elected officials than that sort of thing. So
you want to put them on the, like right now?
I think so, yeah.
They would be on the ballot with the alderman? Okay.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. And I don't like the way they sit up where the mayor and board of aldermen. I think they should be down at the tables with the homeowners. You know, that almost puts you at a disadvantage the minute you walk in there. So
instead of being up on a dais, you'd have more of a conference room setting?
Yeah, I think that would be a little bit more informal and a little easier to use.
Now, what would you still kind of follow the state guidelines, or would you?
We almost have to.
Because that's always what the crutch is.
Yeah.
Well, it's a state guideline, Bob.
But the thing that they never focus on, it's a guideline. It's not a hard and fast rule. It's a guideline. You know, it points you in the right direction. It doesn't say you absolutely have to do it this way.
Now, you do believe that there should be still an historical preservation commission
most
in place?
Definitely. Oh, yeah.
Okay.
Definitely.
But more common sense?
Yes, much more.
Okay, so that was kind of your driving force issue then?
Yeah.
Of why you decided to run?
Yeah, that and there's a lot of things like I think I'm pretty fiscally conservative, and we're running into some situations, and it's going to get worse. I mean, the state's just cut our funding, the county's not giving us what we need, so we've really got to tighten our belts, and I think I can help with that.
Okay, so you'd be ready to make whatever, because here's the thing is, you're exactly right, and eventually you're going to get down to cutting services or personnel.
Yeah, and I think services would be better before personnel. You hate to see somebody lose their job.
Sure. But there's a big issue where there's certain, there's not, you were in a home building industry.
Mm-hmm.
There's not a lot of home building going on right now.
No.
So either they need to reallocate that manpower or they got to make some tough decisions.
Right.
There's a
lot of tough decisions
permits
coming.
being issued, and they're not plans being reviewed, and
right,
bricks and mortar,
no money coming in.
Money coming in. And as you know, a builder contractor pays a lot of permitting fees, and those fees are supposed to go to run those departments.
Right.
So, what are some of the other issues that interest you in the city if elected?
I'd like to see the businesses recycle. I know that's kind of a hot topic in some arenas, but it's kind of ludicrous that they don't have a recycle bin as much stuff as goes through all the different restaurants on Market Street and stuff. I think that would help us. I know the incinerator is a hot button issue, but really the aldermen don't have a lot of say in that.
No.
They really don't. But
no. And if you want my opinion, if they're upset about that incinerator, why aren't they so upset about the incinerator that's on Fort Detrick?
Yeah. Or the one that's on the county line at Dickerson,
Or the one that's right over there at Animal Control in Rosemont.
Oh, yeah, yeah.
So, I mean, that's always amazed me when you see there's no incinerator lines right there on Military Road, and there's one right there at Port Dietrich.
But, the incinerator...
But you are for business recycling.
Oh, I think that would be a good thing, a very good thing, yeah. Definitely.
And what would you come up with, some type of, would it be curbside recycling, or would it be kind of drop-off destination?
I think curbside, because, it's hard to ask those guys to run their stuff all over creation, so I think curbside would work.
Okay. What are some other topics? How do you feel about the police department?
Well, I was going to bring that up, actually. Okay. I think a police station on the west end of town is not a good idea. I mean, it's neat to have a bricks and mortar place, but nowadays all the police cars have computers in them. They don't need a place to write reports anymore. They all have cell phones. So that would just be something that would take staff from somewhere else. And, we really can't afford to pay for what we've got now, much less open something new.
So you would rather see them circulating more around versus a substation?
Right, and do things like they do in D.C. where they do the targeted sweeps of certain high crime areas, like on a Friday night.
How you feel about bike patrols, Segway patrols?
I love those things. I think that's a neat idea.
Monitoring cameras?
Monitoring cameras, I think in a temporary situation as needed, but not maybe long-term kind of stuff, but maybe a high-crime area where you've had 2 or 3 incidents. Okay. I think that would be a good thing.
What about certain areas of the city? I mean, you live in downtown. Are there anything downtown or on the north end, south end, or west end that obviously the Golden Mile out here, a lot of people have talked about revitalization of the Golden Mile. Are there any certain areas that you'd want to focus on if elected alderman?
I think the Golden Mile does need revitalization. I didn't think I was going to make it here tonight because of the traffic on that. They definitely need to time those traffic lights better. Maybe some tax breaks to get some larger anchors into Fredericktown Mall, things like that, just to get that flowing again.
Okay. All right, we'll take a quick break. We're talking with Bob Cassidy, Republican candidate for alderman. And as